Alright, what's happening, y'all? It's your boy Rico from Street Scores, and I'm coming with a big time important update. Sadly, it is definitely bad news. Montez Sweat has been diagnosed with a fractured jaw. I'm going to talk about all of that, what exactly happened, how long will he be out, will he require surgery, all of that type of stuff. Is he going to go to IR? We're going to talk about all of that. And then also, I have some crazy numbers that shows exactly why we need Logan Thomas back as soon as possible. This red zone efficiency thing, you can blame a lot of it on Scott Turner, you can blame a lot of it on Taylor Heineke, but Logan Thomas not being here definitely matters. I'm gonna break down those stats as well. And before we dive into all of that, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the bell next to the subscription button so you get a notification immediately and every time I release an informative and opinionated video just like this one. Also, make sure you check out the rest of the channel. All of my videos are organized in playlists. I even have a comedy playlist for all of my funny videos. It's the bye week, so I'm about to have a lot of random content coming out for y'all. Draft content, film sessions on the team, everything. So be on the lookout for all of that. Without further ado, let's get it. All right, so like I said in the intro, and sadly what it says in the title of this video, Washington defensive end Montez Sweat could miss about a month with a fractured jaw. He's expected to miss at least the next couple of weeks. And if you want to look at the very small silver lining in this, like the one bright side to it, because you know me, man, I'ma always find that one little thing to be optimistic about. At least the bye week is one of those weeks. But again, this is a terrible situation for us without Montez Sweat. Even though he hasn't been super balling out like we've expected, we're gonna notice him not being there when we play the Buccaneers. Because if anything, Montez Sweat hasn't been getting to the quarterback as much as we've liked, but him and Chase Young have been certified dogs against the run. And so don't be surprised if teams suddenly start being able to run the ball against us because Montez Sweat is not here. Setting the edge is a very important job. So, man, we got to see how this goes. Ian Rappaport literally just tweeted about it. He said Washington pass rusher Montez Sweat, really more run stopper than pass rusher this year, but you get the point, has a non-displaced jaw fracture that doesn't require surgery, so that's positive. So he won't be out forever. I mean, if he had to get surgery, there may be a chance that he would be out for season, but no surgery required. But he cannot have any physical contact for a month. And he also has to alter his diet. He has to eat and drink differently. So that is crazy. I really feel sorry for him because, first of all, I know that really hurts. I know that has to hurt like crazy. I know the fracture in Antonio Gibson's shin super hurts. And I know this broken jaw, this fractured jaw for Montez Sweat super has to hurt, man. I can't even imagine. He's going to have to go on a soft food diet and avoid physical contact for about 4 to 6 weeks. That is crazy. So not only is he out, but like he can't even practice. He's not going to be able to eat the same way he normally has been pretty much his entire life. I hope somebody puts together a really good diet for him because I don't want him to come back any way, shape, or form different because he's eating differently. You know, a change in diet could definitely affect your physical body. How strong you are, how fast you are, how quick you are, explosive, all of that type of stuff. So hopefully they figure out a way to keep giving him what he's been giving him, but just give him the food in a soft form. Because I don't want him to start eating completely differently, and then next thing you know, it's not the same Montez Sweat we used to know. So definitely get well soon, Montez Sweat. It's really interesting too because just as things were starting to look up health-wise, like we may be getting Logan Thomas back, Brandon Sheriff back, Antonio Gibson is supposedly getting healthier by the day, Terry McLaurin, De'Ami Brown, Curtis Samuel, all of these guys may be less banged up, and for some of those guys even returning against the Buccaneers. So we may be getting a lot of starters back, but sadly Chase Roulier is out for season and Montez Sweat is out for like around a month. But speaking of Logan Thomas, you would be really surprised to hear about these stats. And I talked about this literally in my most recent video I put out yesterday, last night. I talked about how Logan Thomas matters, and that was just me going off of film and like what the red zone offense offense looks like without him and how much we've been struggling the past few weeks. But now I have some exact stats that explains how serious Logan Thomas's absence has been for us, how detrimental it's been to our red zone efficiency specifically, but our offense just in general. First of all, even though he's missed 4 games this season, Logan Thomas still leads all tight ends with 144 red zone reception yards and is tied for 3rd with 8 red zone touchdowns since the start of 2020. Again, he's missed 4 games this season alone, and he's leading all tight ends in the NFL in red zone reception yards. That is crazy. And that just lets you know how dependent Scott Turner is on Logan Thomas's health and his presence in the game. Because it's not like Logan Thomas is the best tight end in the NFL, but he's getting used a lot in the red zone, and you can clearly see that since Logan Thomas has been gone, Scott Turner has not been able to design a good red zone offense around the other guys that we still have available. I mean, that usage rate is crazy, and when you lose somebody that you depend on that much, of course we're gonna have a setback, but the setback we've had is just monumental. It's still inexcusable. Logan Thomas or not, it shouldn't be this bad. But listen to this. In weeks 1 through 3 this season, the Washington football team scored on every red zone drive. Since week 5, the Washington football team's red zone scoring efficiency is the league lowest, 45.5%. Now, granted, Chris Blewett kicking field goals into the back of offensive linemen and getting them blocked definitely contributes to this statistic, but just overall, we've just been worse. I mean, even if you take away the Chris Blewett blocks, if you take away Taylor Heineke not diving into the end zone, we still haven't scored on every red zone trip since week 5. Again, every red zone trip while Logan Thomas was healthy, we scored, even in the games we were losing. Since week 5, we are less than 50% on scoring in the red zone, again, which is the lowest in the NFL. That is crazy. Man, get well soon, Logan Thomas. Of course, Montez Sweat as well. But man, we need Logan Thomas back to help this offense from looking anemic, because Scott Turner's play calling has us moving up and down the field like it's nothing. I mean, we're like out-yarding teams even in losses. And we're able to move up to the opposing team's 30-yard line like it's nothing almost anytime we want to, once we have a nice steady balance of running and throwing the ball. But then when we get to this red zone, Taylor Heineke and Ricky Seals-Jones just don't have that chemistry that Logan Thomas had with them. And Scott Turner just doesn't know how to utilize anybody as well as he utilized Logan Thomas. I mean, it's as if during the entire offseason, every red zone play in his book had like a star on Logan Thomas in his playbook. And now he's just scrambling to figure out what to do without him. It's crazy. Scott Turner, you have to adjust. But I mean, like I've said, with Scott Turner, I don't see the point in firing him, because get him a franchise quarterback that can throw it deep down the field, that can see receivers down the field and is willing to throw it down the field and also has the arm to get it there on time. Give him a quarterback with all of the traits that he wants to be able to run his offense at the highest efficiency, to his highest capabilities, and then judge him. Same thing with this Logan Thomas thing. Again, we scored every red zone drive until Logan Thomas was gone. Still no excuse for Scott Turner for it to get this much worse, but it's hard to truly evaluate Scott Turner when we're missing so many pieces. I mean, literally Charles Leno, our starting left tackle, is like the only fully healthy offensive lineman we have right now. Antonio Gibson's fumbling the ball and he's banged up. I mean, you got to feel for Scott Turner in a way. Again, even me, I see it. There's some obvious like bad play calls throughout games, but just let Scott Turner have all of his chess pieces and see what he can do with them. But yeah, man, that's the end of this video. Please get in the comment section, let me know how you feel about everything discussed in this video. How detrimental do you feel like Montez Sweat's absence will be for this team? Also, how do you feel about the statistics around Logan Thomas? Does that change your opinion on Scott Turner? Also, please like this video if you liked it, if you learned anything. And as always, I appreciate all of the support, man. Shouts out to everybody that donates to the channel, man. Really appreciate y'all. Special shouts out to all of my sponsors, especially my Pro Bowl sponsors, whose name you see scrolling on the screen right now. Man, I really appreciate y'all. I'll catch y'all later. I'm out.